What is this? You should have it figured out by 3 5. By the number 3 5. You mean the age? Or what are you saying? Wisdom from the monk who failed. Must watch to kickstart your new year. 2019. Wow. What is this?
People say you can't change your career at 30. That's when you're meant to be settling down.
People say, people say, the good life, right? What is the life? What is, what is life? What is the life? But no, you have a shirt saying the good life because you're such a good boy. You're such a good light worshiper.
You can't change your career at 35. You should have had it figured out by then.
You guys, you can't. They tell me you can't change your career at 35. Jeez, I mean that's just crazy. Yeah, it couldn't be that just a bunch of bashed out people that are just completely desolate, decimated, looking for happiness and trying to chase some path that will douse them with heroin, make them feel good and humble inside, telling themselves relentlessly how grateful they are for the material things they have and the friends that give them false love relentlessly. And they're like, wow, I'm so thankful. Wow. And of course you're saying, oh yes, I haven't found what I love. I know what I love, but I can't make a living from it. What is going on? Or I just haven't had the right vision. I just haven't found out how to make what I love into what relentlessly gives me coin. Right? Or are you going to tell somebody, maybe some dreams are, maybe should just be more realistic? Or, have you considered, your dream perhaps is, how do I say this? Not the good life? What is going on?
Oh my God, you're not married at 38? What the hell are you doing with your life? Who comes up with this stuff? I have no.
You do. You do. Who comes up with this stuff? Wow. That's actually a question he just asked. Who comes up with that stuff? Oh, it's people like you that go out and bash and talk about it and say, "Well, we're just all bashed." And this is what people say. And who comes up with this stuff? The swarm you relentlessly believe in. So what are you saying?
No idea. But this stuff plagues so many people that I speak to.
Oh, he said plague. But this plagues so many people I speak to. Oh, certainly not him because he had it all figured out. He's probably in his 30, he's probably 33. And he's of course 33-degree victim, showing himself as 33-degree empowered. But what is going on?
So many people open up to me and say, Jay, I just don't know how to change. Is it possible?
Wow, they don't know how to change. Because they all believe it's all about change. Yet they don't see the life, relentlessly bringing forth life. Wow, they don't see it. Nope, it has to be them and change. How do I change? Jay, how do I change? How do I change and how do I make my dream come true? I bet you so he'll say, well, you just have to prioritize and see what the value is. Maybe your dream isn't based on value, he'll say. What value? The value you give your image and how you relentlessly want to be filled and just tossed around and slammed and bent over and just told you're a good little light worshiper. And that, wow, you're the light that's going to save the world. And you are the change maker. Yay! Bash. Sign them up to be bashed.
Possible. What do you think this guy was?
Oh, of course. He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait.
To me and say, Jay, I just don't know how to change. Is it possible? What do you think?
What do you think this guy was? Well, obviously, look, he's the light. Look. He's one of the 1,000 points of light. Just smashing.
This guy was before he became who he is.
Before, guys, guess what he was? He was nothing. He was nothing. Right? This guy was saying, guys, get what happened? Because, obviously he got it all together.
He used to be a PE teacher.
And look at he's smiling, laughing. He used to be a phys ed teacher. Ha 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 ha. But guess what, people? He just decided to go for it. Is that what he's gonna say?
Right? Sports teacher at a high school.
And look, he can't help but laugh, right? So all these people that are teachers somehow have it wrong. Well, according to this guy, yes. And according to education themselves, yes, teachers are just pawns. They might as well just be parenting. Parroting, not parenting, because they are the false parent. And they parrot. What do they parrot? Oh, just all the dynamics of the ways of the world. Bashing them into your child. Relentlessly beating the life out of them. Telling them, yes, the sky's the limit. So, Billy, you must go and create a life for yourself because you have none. You have no life. And wow, you have zero love and you have zero truth. So, yeah, just listen to us and we will just make sure everything is tick-tock. Exactly, following Chronos and worshiping the light.
Cool. How about her?
Oh, okay, so this, of course, is just blasting you with, just some bash face I recognized before and I've seen on some screen and just relentless, just bashhood. So he's showing, well, guys, some advice, just who cares if you're, a phys ed teacher and 40? Just go for it. Do what feels good. Yeah. Is that what he's going to say?
She was a telemarketer for 2 weeks. How about her?
Oh, great. So he's saying, well, all these people that you thought were just flawless somehow had a bash start? What are you saying?
She applied to be a funeral director. It's incredible.
Okay, who applies to be a funeral director? That's a very, select job. I mean, do you just go, well, it's a job and I'll apply for it. Who gives a damn? There has to be some interest, isn't there? So, of course, just showing you right in your face. But what is going on? What happens in society? Okay, he's about to tell us.
What happens in society is that we're clouded by the noise. The noise
of family expectations. Of course, the first thing that comes in, right? Because he knows the family is the first line. Because he could have said, the pressures of the job. But no, the family first. Whoever it is that is supposedly raising you when they're really just recklessly abandoning you and teaching you false love.
of family expectations, the noise of our parents, the noise of our brothers and sisters' expectations. I grew up in a family where you could either be a doctor, a lawyer, or a failure.
So funny, right? Because that is who gives a damn about who was supposed to be guiding him and raising him. But the mentality of, well, there's only a select few career options of what it is to do as a day in, day out ritual, and which one looks like it has more prestige and more respect and more just bash. Those careers that you just said, lawyers, doctors. Because without them, the world will just be bash, right? Wow, what a shame. What a shame. What a shame. And anything else would be a failure. Well, could it be that there's only living the life with the love of the Father and truth as your only protection against the ways of the world and the swarm and any sort of expectation or pseudonym you want to give it? But there's standing in truth and then failure. Everything else is failure because there's only one thing. That's right. But what do you see? What do you see?
Right? Those were my...
Everyone just sees a juicy future for themselves where they could just somehow blast themselves and transform into some monarch butterfly that just dies. What's going on?
3 options. Anything else would just count me as a failure. I would have failed. So basically I failed, right? I'm standing up here in...
So basically I failed, right, guy? And everybody's just chuckling because they're like, oh, obviously we're here to listen to you because you're somehow a motivational speaker and you're going to tell us how to just cash coin. Yes. And how to just have the world love us, right? Yes. And how to just empower ourselves relentlessly. Yes. So that's why they're here. So what are you saying? You're just mocking. You're mocking. Calling yourself a failure when obviously these people don't think you're a failure. So what are you saying? Smashed.
In front of you all as a failure. I lived as a monk for 3 years.
I lived as a monk, right? I committed career suicide, right? Because supposedly that's what monks are. They're just aborted careers, guys. Apparently, monks are just the aborted careers, and they're just, somehow just no. They're just bashed. Why aren't people mad at monks? They're doing nothing, right? But instead, you have all these bash people saying, "Oh, just act, organize, do something. Come on, get together and vote, or just just slash tires, or do something. Just go out and act, organize, organize. Leader, be the leader inside. Yes, 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 yes." What bash? People are just bash. Cut their heads off. They're like chickens with their heads cut off. Just run around squirting blood and don't even know that their head is off. Wow. But they love the monks. They're saying, oh, they're just so enlightened. They just sit all day and blast and get hemorrhoids and just bad thoughts left and right and astral project into oblivions of multiplexes of just fractals in and out relentlessly, upside down and inside in. It's just, oh, it's so amazing. And they have so much offering to give to the world. Really? Why aren't you so mad at them? Why are you not mad for and telling them why do you just meditate and just blast and not help us? Because that's your mentality. Your mentality is like either you're with us for change or you're against us. With abortion. You have no you're lazy. You're just feed off of our own back. So go out there and get a career, you bum, and stop making career suicide because you're draining the economy, you're draining some sort of bash notion of what life is, and you're just, come on, you're not living the good life. So what is he saying here? He went to live for 3 years as a monk, okay, wanted to abandon the world, probably, and he was just so pissed off and just so uh, disappointed and disillusioned, and he thought that this would be the only way to somehow, live a fulfilled life. But why is he back? He's going to say, well, I just learned so much in 3 years, I had to come back and show everyone. Really? Why aren't the monks doing it? Why aren't the monks doing it? It takes a guy like you, Jay, to come out and smash. Smash, right? Why? Why? Why have these monks not been saying anything for 1,000 years? Is it that they're not being listened to? Or perhaps they don't give a damn? They're just light worshippers, doing whatever the damn they want. Exactly. And people, you can say, oh, they're maintaining the equal energy balance and this and wow. So what are you doing? If they're doing that, what are you doing? Oh, well, I do what I can. I sit and get hemorrhoids, at least twice a day. So I'm helping. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, defiled. Just smashed, crushed, and then put together and kicked in the face and smashed again.
Committed career suicide. I turned down 2 amazing corporate job offers when I graduated from business school.
Oh, yes, I turned it all down, guys. I just said no. Right. You're not telling people say no to the ways of the world. No, you're saying say no to whatever you want, but just still get laced and bashed by the world, right? Yes, suffer and die.
Shaved my hair, I wore robes, and lived out of a gym locker for 3 years. And I did that because I thought I was going to do something meaningful.
Oh, there he couldn't say he couldn't wait to say, I wanted to do something meaningful and help impact the world, right? Of course, everybody has that self-complex of wanting to save and just help and just community develop and organize and just defile, right? What for? There's nothing to change in the world. Life gives relentlessly, brings forth life. Yes. What do you see? Do you see how you can manipulate and orchestrate and control and just defile the life in order to get some image of life that you think is the future? Wow. Who knew that that's exactly what everyone wants? to impact the world because they're seeking the love of the world, and they think that the only way to be some sort of fulfillment is to actually be seen by the world and loved back. Wow, what shame.
help impact the world. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. But more than becoming a monk, what that trained me to
Right, because it's all about experience too. The what light worshippers, he didn't. He lived there for 3 years, right? So what changed? Did you say? Did you realize that it wasn't for you, and somehow you were unfulfilled there? And he's gonna say, "No, I was told. Yes, the light told me to go out and spread the message. Yes. What message? What message? Of empowerment, of enlightenment, of light worship? Wow, what a shame.
do was drop out with the rules. People told me, if you come back in 3 years, you never get a job. They told me, if you become a monk, people are going to think you weird forever.
People are gonna. Oh, ooh, who are these? This is not from that talk. This is just other women. So obviously, he thinks so much about what people think of him. Just, just number one. It's number one. So now he thinks he's all enlightened and so filled with wisdom of the world that he says, saying, "Yeah, guys, guess what? I went through 3 years, came back, and now I'm smashing, and I'll get all these fun, whatever they are, right? And what's going on?
No girl's ever going to talk to you. People told me, they were like, well, when you come back to real life, like, will you even be able to talk English? And people were just really weirded out. I'm just like, okay.
Oh, there's a monk on the phone, right? It's just so modern, and it's anybody can be a monk, right? Yeah. What are you saying? It's a spiritual battle, not a battle against who you think is gonna like you or what career you think you need to choose. No, what are you talking about? All of that is just distraction, just bash, just relentless. It's like a little tiny needle. Just it's like getting a tattoo relentlessly. You're always in that state of you don't know if it's euphoria or just shock or something, but it's woozy. It's just relentless, and you can't quite scratch it. It's there. It somehow hurts, but it's telling you something, right? What is that? Could that possibly be just your complete bashhood? You've mistaken the spiritual battle for the physical one that you relentlessly smash your head against and just smash yourself on others continuously, day in, day out. All telling yourself that you're doing it for the children. And yet, well, how could it be? How could it be? Oh, I work so hard. I work so hard, and yet the world defiles and doesn't get it. Wow, who knew? Who knew? Who knew that there's actually people and a behavior that's just consumed the actual individual and they're in it completely. They're in it for themselves and for who they love. Who knew?
Okay, I think monks speak English. And there was so much different noise that I was hearing when I made that decision. And the funny thing is, from having not been a monk for 4 years now, I'm in one of the most incredible periods of my life that I could ever.
One of my just 4 years. I've been absent of the monkhood, right? Of the monastery, of the monastic life for 4 years now, and it's just so amazing. What is he saying? What about the 3 years that you lived there? What are you talking about? What happened to you? What is going on? Because 3 years and you still think the world, you still believe you need to suffer and die. Wow. Because it couldn't be about enduring, right? In the love of the Father and in truth. Because it's the way. But no, you still believe that there are multiple smash hoods of ways to fulfillment of the flesh. No, the flesh is the purpose. For what? For you to see. But what do you see? If not truth, you see nothing, and you're blinded and just smashing faster and smasher, faster into the abyss. But no, you don't. You don't say that because if you actually knew that, would you be saying all this bash that you're saying? I'm in the best part I could have ever asked for. Really?
Ever have asked for. And so much of that is based on the fact that I decided to do something different.
Oh, so just being a monk is different, right, guys? It's just something different. It's just like being a doctor or being a vet or being a cashier. It's just different. Right, guys? I mean, just going out there and just abandoning all worldly things and, you know, perhaps just selling all your what any own, property or assets that physical assets just liquidated and guess what? It all goes to the monastery. They they take ownership. Who knows if that's the monks that do it like that where you went? Who knows? But of course, it's a total just shift of any idea of what it was you thought you were and the worth that you thought you were. And the value, where's the value coming from? So, of course, it all goes, for this, it all goes to light worship.
So many of the times our expectations are driving us in a certain scenario. We focus so much on life in what we want to be as opposed to who we want to be. Because we've always been told that life and jobs and careers are like boxes and containers. There's
Oh, what is these guys saying?
only a finite number of options.
Right. They told you Harry Potter magic and said, pick one. Right? And then all of a sudden people realize, wait a minute, there is no formula to life everlasting. It is. So where do you go from there? Do you just go back and smash? Or do you endure? And it doesn't matter what it is that you end up doing in the sense of you don't put value of whatever it is you think you are in what you end up doing to endure. Endure. Endure how, though? And for what? For the truth. The love everlasting of the Father that does not discriminate and brings life forth. Loves relentlessly. But what do you see? You've been trained and just decimated to see and appreciate the false love of the world and its intricate dynamics of how it manipulates, controls, and empowers those who worship it.
There is no formula, there is no pattern. If you know what you're passionate about, if you know what you're good at, and you invest in that. People say follow your passions. I say,
okay, I say what?
Forget that. Invest in your passion.
Oh, invest in your passion. Follow your passion? No, invest in it, right? What does he mean? So this guy went for 3 years to some Bashhood monastery, and then he came back and says, yes, guys, it's still about following passion. And wait, no, it's about investing in passion. It's still all about emotions. It's still about just navigating those emotions and not letting the people, make you feel bad or good. Just smash. Yes! Wow. And of course, it's the children that are being taught this smashhood. So now they were told, follow your dreams. No, invest in your dreams now. Oh, what does that even mean? Well, you just have to, put what you think of value in it, and it will just grow. Right? What are you saying? What are you saying?
If you're passionate about something, go and become the best at it. Go and do a course on it. Go and learn from the best. Go and find a mentor who's going to make you incredible at that trait. Not only
right, because it's just about trade skills and some sort of, habitual ritual. Right? And as long as you can just have the world love you with that, yes, yes, yes. Right? What is going on? This is all smash. This is bash. All because you get some fulfillment, right? It couldn't be that the life is the only thing that fulfills. Meaning relentlessly giving and bringing forth life. Wow, no, it couldn't be. I have to just smash and go out and worship the light and create an image for myself where the world will just defile me and sodomize me and I will love it so much. Yes, yes, so wonderful. And I will even be a good little light worshiper that I'll just teach my own little children to do the same as I did and was done to me. Yay! All while telling them That, listen, little child, you must be honest in this and treat others with respect and this and this. No, they know you're a hypocrite. They know. And they're inevitably going to rebel. Yes. Why? Because you have pumped them full of false love while recklessly abandoning them and teaching them how to relentlessly beat the living life out of themselves. All just so they can think and believe so strong in themselves and going out there and finding the one love and the one thing that they love so much that just brings so much fulfillment to them. Wow. What bash.
Only will you be criticized and grow, you'll be able to find new things about yourself that you never knew.
Oh, well, the only thing you need to know is what? The truth. Because who giveth a damn of any idea of swelled up hot dog that you think you are, and how boast and flying around with Buddha you are? Wow, who gives a damn when you're telling children to abandon themselves for some pumped up, defiled image of what they think their passion is? And their passion couldn't possibly be formulated by the trauma that they've lived. No, no, no. It's something that you know from a very young age, right? Wow, what bash. What bash. What bash.
Don't trade who you are for who you think the world needs. Because the world needs...
Oh, the world needs you. Yes, the ways of the world needs you. This is like an army commercial. Join now. Join the world. Okay, this is just pathetic. This is a recruitment video for the world. Who knew? Who knew there was such a thing? Because there's life everlasting and there's the ways of the world, the counterfeit that you can supposedly fill in and call it your life. Yay! Wow. Bash hood. Smash. It's Smash Bros. Yes, let's smash and get coin and whoa! Just blast into some fairyland and just yay! Eat as many mushrooms as you can because that's how we came from some bash ape that ate mushrooms and became smart, right? Yay! And we came from a blast of light that came from nothing and just blasted in smash, smash, smash and made me, right? Yay! Upon billions and billions of Smash Hood Harry Potter billions of years and relentless bashing, right? Wow. Wow. Yes, it all makes sense. It's so wonderful. Yay! The light is just showing us how to live, right? Because otherwise we're just clueless and just dumb and ignorant. And wow, that's why we say knowledge is power because oh look at you, all the little illiterate people and all the people that can't do Harry Potter math. Aww. Aww. That's why it's a recruitment video.
Needs you to be you, and I mean that.
He does mean it. The world needs you. Why does the world need you? No, it doesn't. The earth relentlessly brings life forth, okay? What are you possibly doing that actually... No, if anything, you're relentlessly thieving life and devouring and killing and destroying. You're not actually doing anything to bring life forth. And you say, well, what about the people that clone and all the doctors that deliver baby? Wow. Who knew people assist in something that already happens and something that already is? Oh, what about the ones that can't get pregnant? They do in vitro and all this stuff. Wow. Defilement. Because they also kill him. They also just brutalizely, just devastate developing, growing children from the womb. Okay, they do that relentlessly. So what are people saying? They don't give a damn. They say the world needs you, but what about all the dead, fetuses and babies that were just thrown in the garbage? What about that? The world needs you. What about all the people and okay, what about all the children that you say are just the future? What about all them that are relentlessly getting defiled? What about them? Does the world need them too? And you'll say, well, yeah, of course, because they're the future. They're what's going to save the world, if we have any chance, right? Wow. This is just another example. I mean, this video could be, it's legion. That has many faces, many names. But it's just bashwood that it's just being bombed into your bash relentlessly. And who knew that it would just be fuel for just the idea and the belief, the relentless faith that you will rise from the ashes like the phoenix and become the next Hugh Jackman or whatever bash actor they put there. Like, whoa, of course, look at these old ass people and they're still crushing and dashing. So this guy's saying, yeah, don't worry about what people say. Just do something that's different, and you will be fulfilled as long as you have passion for it and just follow it. Invest in it, right? Feed that dragon. Feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, and follow it because you will never find it. But of course, it will appear as the world loves you, but you're devastated and smashed, filled with love, void, because you have not of the Father's love. You have totally rejected it and are blind to it because you are just wanting to be loved the way you have learned to love. False love. The conditional love of the world. And the multiple faces of the love. You say, oh, there's so many kinds of love. I love my mom and my brother and my little, whatever, and my uncle and my friend. But it's different kinds of love. And of course, I love my wife so much. And it's a different type of love, right? Wow. You're just smashed. Smash, bros. So remember, the world needs you to defile you. And that's what the mask of defilement wears. Wow. What a shame.